Good evening. I'm Beth Rosenberg, Chair of the Menorah Park Board of Trustees. We are honored that you have joined us for Menorah Park's 114th annual meeting. In addition to honoring our community and board, we will take time to define and celebrate the impact of Together as One. First, we call upon Rabbi Joseph Kirsch to give the Devar Torah, followed by Rabbi Akiva Feinstein, who will light the menorah and say the blessings in honor of Hanukkah.
Happy Hanukkah, everyone. Freilichen Hanukkah. Today we remember our beloved Rabbi Yossi Bialo, who passed away on the 26th of Kislev. Rabbi Yosef Chaim ben Shmuel Shlomo, Zichron Levracha, Rabbi Bialo was essential in maintaining a superior standard of kashrut at Menorah Park, and his sudden departure was grieved by all of us. We are striving to live up to the great mandate he left us to keep the kashrus at Menorah Park top-notch. The Midrash tells us that Chanukah and Purim are very special holidays. Chanukah and Purim are holidays that are going to be eternal, whereas Passover, Sukkot, and Shavuot, those are holidays that will depart after the coming of the Mashiach. When the Messiah comes, we will no longer celebrate the Passover, Shavuos, and Sukkot, but Chanukah and Purim will be eternal holidays that we will continue to celebrate. And the question is why? What's so special about Chanukah and Purim? When we look at our prayers, we see in the Kiddush we make on all the holidays, V'atiten lanu Hashem Elokeinu b'ahava, moadim l'simcha, chagim uzmanim l'sason. We say, Almighty God, you gave us holidays to celebrate joyfully, Passover, Shavuos, Sukkot, and we also in our prayers thank God on Rosh Chodesh, Rosh Chodeshim la'amcha nasata. You gave us Rosh Chodesh to celebrate the beginning of each month that renews each month with the renewal of the moon. Yet, on Hanukkah, we recite different prayers. On Hanukkah, we don't celebrate the holidays God gave us. We celebrate Al Hanisim. We proclaim our love and reverence for our great heroes that dedicated their lives to God, Mordechai and Esther, Matisyahu, and the Maccabim. Whereas the other holidays were God's gift to us. The holidays of Chanukah and Purim, they are our gift. They are our gift to God. And so, that's why when Mashiach will come, Chanukah and Purim will remain eternally, because God has an infinite bliss from those very special holidays that we gave, so to speak, kavayachol, as a gift to God. And that's why we celebrate Menorah Park with the happiness and joy, with the pride of the community's accomplishments, having founded such a wonderful sacred place, a place of light, a place of happiness, a place of holiness, a place that we can all come to and celebrate, enjoy on this wonderful Hanukkah holiday. Thank you.
Wishing everybody a happy Hanukkah. Tonight is the 6th night of Hanukkah. I'm going to sing together with you the blessings in Hebrew. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidishanu b'mitzvosav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Chanukah. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asa nisim lavoseinu bayamim hahem bahazman hazeh. Wishing everyone a happy Hanukkah. And I'll say the blessings again in English. Blessed are our Lord, King of the universe, who has sanctified us with the commandment of kindling the Hanukkah lights. Blessed are you, O Lord, King of the universe, who has done miracles for our forefathers in those days and in today. And we say together, Amen.
It is customary for a representative of the Jewish Federation of Cleveland to bring greetings at our annual meeting. Tonight, I am happy to welcome Federation Vice Chair Neil Waxman to say a few words.
Hello, I'm Neil Waxman, Officer of the Board and Vice Chair of the 2020 Campaign for Jewish Needs. I'm pleased to bring greetings from the Jewish Federation of Cleveland. Congratulations on a remarkable year. Between the affiliation of Menorah Park and Montefiore and the coronavirus pandemic, it's safe to say this past year has been unprecedented in many ways. Tonight is about two organizations coming together as one, as well as acknowledging the vital work you do to support the diverse needs of our community's older adults in order that they may live with dignity. Menorah Park is committed to excellence, doing deeply personal work under the guidance of Jewish values. Federation is grateful for your commitment and proud of your resilience. Federation's annual campaign for Jewish needs allows us to proudly support beneficiary agencies year after year. The 2020 campaign for Jewish needs provided a total allocation of $806,000 to Menorah Park and Montefiore. I want to extend a heartfelt thank you to those who have generously pledged your support for the current 2021 campaign. Every new or increased gift was matched 100% by the Jack, Joseph, and Morton Mandel Foundation and allocated to the Jewish Cleveland Emergency Relief Fund to ensure our community emerges from the pandemic in a position of strength. However, our partnership is so much more than an annual allocation. We are grateful to work with you to plan for the future generations of Jewish Clevelanders who will desire and need the valuable services you provide. Thank you to all of Menorah Park's dedicated staff. They have been at the front lines, and we are deeply grateful. We were happy to provide masks and gift cards to show our appreciation for their essential work. Additionally, we'd like to congratulate 3 individuals who are being honored tonight by receiving the following awards. Dale Danifer, PhD, the Dr. Arnold L. Heller Memorial Award. Peter Meisel, the David N. Myers Distinguished Service Award. And Jeff and Marty Davis, the Harley I. Gross Presidential Award. Lastly, we would like to extend sincere thanks to Board Chair Beth Rosenberg and CEO Jim Newbrow for their outstanding leadership. May we all go from strength to strength.
Thank you, Neil. The relationship between Menorah Park and the Federation is long-standing, and we truly appreciate the continued collaboration on so many levels. Now, I am pleased to introduce Sarah Stein, who will help us honor a member of our community through his work in the field of geriatrics.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Sarah Stein. I'm the chair of the selection committee for the Dr. Arnold L. Heller Memorial Award, and it's my honor to be able to present the 2020 award even under the strangest of circumstances. Dr. Heller was the first medical director of Menorah Park, creating a position in a field of geriatric medicine that was just beginning. He was a beloved physician, teacher, researcher, and this award is designed to honor individuals and institutions who have advanced the fields of geriatric medicine and gerontology. Those of you who knew Dr. Heller will appreciate what I can imagine him saying when we ask him, how much longer will this go on? He would say, it will end eventually. And then he would stop and shrug and say, or not. I want to thank Doris Heller Kramer, Dr. Heller's wife, who established this award 30 years ago in his memory and has sustained it through all these years. Through the miracle of Zoom, she's able to attend the virtual meeting from San Diego. Hi, Doris. The Heller Award Committee consists of previous award winners. This year, unfortunately, we lost one of our members, esteemed psychologist Dr. Boaz Kahana of blessed memory, who spent a lifetime understanding aging, Holocaust, and cancer survivors and teaching thousands of students. His wife, sociologist Dr. Eva Kahana, is also an award recipient and committee member, And to Eva, we send our love and deepest condolences. Coincidentally, it is Dr. Eva Kahana who nominated this year's award recipient, Dr. Dale Danifer, Chair of Sociology at Case Western Reserve University. In every field, there are giants that build the foundation for future research in their field. You know them because they're cited in every paper, every book chapter, conference symposium, and Dr. Danifer is one of those giants. As the Sella Chamberlain Professor and Chair of the Department of Sociology at Case Western Reserve University, Dr. Danifer has become known for some of the most stimulating theoretical ideas in sociological research on aging. Among his many contributions to the field of social gerontology, his convictions that the past need not be prologue and that decline is not inevitable as we age are especially powerful lessons to us all. Further, Dale Danifer has had just as extensive an impact in the applied research arena, especially related to nursing home reform. He has discovered and proven the efficacy of many practical tactics which make life significantly better for the people that Menorah Park and the 15,000 United States nursing homes serve every day. And above all, Dale Danifer is constantly referred to by everyone he meets as a nice guy, an attribution which would have particularly made Dr. Heller smile. We are proud to present Menorah Park's Dr. Arnold L. Heller Memorial Award to Dr. Dale Danifer on this 15th day of December 2020 in Beechwood, Ohio. I wish we could celebrate together in person. Hopefully this time next year, we'll be around tables in the dining room at Menorah Park with a wonderful meal, wine, and friends. Stay safe, friends, and wear a mask.
I am deeply honored, humbled, and grateful to receive the Arnold Heller Memorial Award. Age, unlike other bases of discrimination like race or gender, is something everyone experiences and that we all have to look forward to. Even so, ageism and age discrimination remain pervasive forces in so many areas of our society, including long-term care, in nursing homes and other such facilities. As many of us know, structural, financial, and regulatory constraints often interfere with delivering genuine care and often afflict residents with the notorious nursing home plagues of boredom, loneliness, and helplessness. In my own work, I count myself blessed to have connected with leaders in efforts to rethink and reform long-term care. Together with exceptional student collaborators here at Case Western Reserve and with proactive leaders at a number of Cleveland area facilities, we've been able to contribute in a small way to this much-needed enterprise. In our work, we begin from the premise that the real experts on nursing home life are the residents. Residents are the only people who see the facility from the inside 24/7, and they have a lifetime of experience and sometimes professional expertise that can be a source of fresh ideas for the kinds of changes needed that might enhance the quality of their lives. Accordingly, we use the methodology of participatory action research, which treats those who are part of the research setting, the residents and staff, as co-researchers and enlists them in the culture change task of identifying needed change. I don't think it'll be news to report that in every facility we found that residents do indeed have ideas, often highly valuable ideas. They offered a remarkable range of constructive suggestions, ranging from the review and revision of existing practices and programs to simple but impactful ideas like using larger fonts on postings and lowering bulletin boards so they are easier to see from a wheelchair. Residents reported that one of the most valuable aspects of their participation was simply the experience of doing something meaningful and useful and having a voice, which are effective counters to the plague of helplessness that remains one of the major challenges in the daily experience of nursing home residents. So I hope this gives you a sense of some of the work that I've been involved with. It's been a privilege for me, and I hope it's fitting for the legacy of Dr. Heller, who I believe shared the concern with enhancing the lives and opportunities of older people. Again, I am deeply grateful and honored by your recognition.
Congratulations, Dr. Danifer. I want to thank our board members for their hard work that helps keep Menorah Park at our best. I'd like to introduce Enid Rosenberg, who will share our leadership report.
One of the most important and enjoyable roles of board leadership and nominating committee is to determine board members deserving of prestigious awards, and this one known as the David N. Myers and Irving I. Stone Award, based on the criteria set forth. Given their importance, honors do not necessarily occur each year. This year, we've determined we have a worthy recipient for the David N. Myers Award. We'll also be presenting Montefiore's Harley I. Gross Presidential Award. These awards, keep in mind, coincide with the 2019-2020 board membership. The David N. Myers Award is Menorah Park's highest honor and recognizes a trustee who has displayed extraordinary leadership, involvement, vision, and devotion to Menorah Park's mission and success. In addition to outstanding Menorah Park activity, the awardee also demonstrates a solid record of accomplishment in the general community in ways which mirror Menorah Park's values and reflect the dedication and leadership that David Myers possessed. While we no longer allow smoking on our campus, we've continued the symbolism of the award, an etching of a hand holding a cigar. Several of you may remember David frequently smoked a cigar at meetings. That wouldn't happen anymore. This one way we continue to honor and remember David and his good work. It is my pleasure to present this year's award to Peter Meisel, a most deserving recipient who does indeed possess the very same values held by David Myers. Peter is involved wherever he sees opportunity to make a difference. An immediate past president of Menorah Park, he was diligent in his position and continues his passion for Menorah Park and its roles in the community. He was a board chair at Hillel at Kent State University and is current chair of the Community Planning Committee of the Jewish Federation of Cleveland. Additionally, Peter shares his expertise beyond the Jewish community. Just one important role includes the chairing of the Real Estate Investment Committee of CHN Community Housing Partners. Its mission is to provide affordable, stable housing in our entire community. Yet, before we hear from Peter, I'd like to add a few words of myself. Peter, you're quite a wonderful gentleman. What you've done in our community, the way you handle yourself, your expertise, your professionalism is absolutely outstanding. It's been my personal privilege to work with you, and it's been a joy to be able to call you my friend. Now we're going to hear from Peter's wife, Susie, who will share more about what makes Peter so deserving.
I am so proud of Peter for being this year's David Myers Award winner. This award goes right to the heart of who Peter is. Peter has the most integrity of anyone I have ever met. He is passionate, hardworking, thoughtful, contemplative, respectful, caring, and forward-thinking. Peter is passionate and cares deeply about Menorah Park and the broader community. He has tremendous vision, and yet he respects the past, particularly those who came before him. So, standing in his unique position, he is able to be a true change maker and create positive, long-lasting change for the communities with which he is involved. When Peter gets involved, he does it all the way, from being board president to simply sitting on another committee. And I don't even ask how many committees or meetings he has anymore, because the bottom line is that he's helping someone, and that's how Peter's built. This is his process. First he observes, then he considers all the interwoven facets of the organization, and then he quietly brings up ideas that will most likely have the greatest impact for the organization and for the community. I've seen him do this time and time again, and when I see him light up with that aha moment, I know that he's done his best effort once again. He cares deeply for his family and his community. He has certainly taught this to our children as well.
Special occasions require the writing of poems, so dictates the Meisel tradition. The three of us have worked long and hard, and here is our final submission. Dad, you're a hero to many, a mensch and a leader, a man who will always respond. Someone we believe in to lift people higher at Menorah Park and beyond.
Over years of hard work and many late nights, you've made far more than a mark. From stone gardens to new housing and budgeting too, you've led with your signature spark. We're ever inspired by your strength and resolve, turning tests into opportunity. Your focus on others has made resources plentiful, available to your whole community.
But your imprint extends further, across generations. You've managed to strike a chord, and in testament to this, we've all served a term on the Teen Philanthropy Board. Dad, for the Myers Award recipient, Menorah Park has chosen you. All we can say is that we're not surprised. We'd make the same choice too.
And permit me to say that receiving the David Myers Award from Menorah Park is a truly pinnacle moment for Peter. He does not enjoy the limelight. He works hard every moment behind the scenes with absolutely no expectation of recognition. This award speaks to the work he has done for so many years and will continue to do, to uphold the standards set by the elders before him, by my father-in-law, and by his own constitution. Congratulations, sweetie. Well done. I love you, and Yasher Koach.
Thank you, Susie. And now, the David N. Myers Award recipient, Peter Meisel.
This award is meaningful to me for so many reasons. Anytime you're recognized in your professional or personal life for your efforts, it's certainly special. But to receive that recognition from an organization that is and has been important not only to me, but to my whole family, and whose board members I so admire and respect, is truly an honor. I hope that through my involvement with Menorah Park, I've helped to continue David Myers' legacy of caring and commitment. My father was a board member and cared deeply about Menorah Park. When he first told me that I had been accepted onto the board, he, in that sort of half-joking, half-serious way that fathers have, said, "Maybe someday you'll even be board president." So the first of my thank yous goes to my father. I think this would have made him happy. I do have a few other thank yous, and I want to start with all the staff at Menorah Park for the outstanding work that they do, which makes it so easy for all of us to care about this great organization. I also want to thank my many mentors here, whom I've relied upon and learned from over the years. I trust you all know who you are. But a special thank you goes out to Ed Singer for all the times he was there for me when I was trying to do, for the first time since Ed was board chair, what he had done so well. And last, but of course not least, I want to thank Susie and our kids. Our kids for putting up with our crazy schedules, and Susie for being so busy with boards and committees herself that she hardly even rolls her eyes when I've agreed to be on another. Thank you all again. I am honored and humbled.
Coming together as one for Menorah Park's 114th annual meeting, we're also honored to present one of Montefiore's most prestigious awards to two very worthy recipients who were actually chosen earlier this year. The Harley I. Gross Presidential Award was established in 1992 by Morton Toby Gross in honor of their son and a former Montefiore board chair, Harley. This award recognizes individuals who have made significant contributions to the welfare of Montefiore and its residents. Please join me in congratulating Marty and Jeff Davis and learning more about their accomplishments from Harley Gross.
Mazel tov to my friends and longtime supporters of Montefiore and the Wiles, Marty and Jeff Davis. I've known Jeff for close to 50 years. You're a well-deserving couple who bring great honor to the award and who have done so much good in Cleveland in many, many ways. I'm delighted to talk about them tonight. Marty and Jeff have both been a vital part of Montefiore's devoted lay leadership team. Jeff chaired the Montefiore Foundation, and they each have served as active board members for many years. They see the positive, the good in the community, and truly are a team. Whenever Jeff delivers a message, he always spoke from the heart, with his Jewish heritage an integral part of who he is, no matter what the topic. They are compassionate, thoughtful, always willing to listen. Their insight and good judgment, coupled with down-to-earth and practical thinking, has had a tremendous impact on Montefiore. Jeff and Marty's unwavering commitment is evident on a daily basis, whether through their time, talent, or generous philanthropy, all designed to help us excel and care for our community. They are also true partners with professional staff and community leaders, whether with Montefiore or the Jewish Federation of Cleveland, where both have served in several leadership positions. They plan to continue their good work at Menorah Park. They speak from the heart with a sense of practicality and warmth, not to mention the great sense of humor both of them possess. They've been instrumental in co-chairing many fundraisers, including Montefiore Memories and Mimosas, which raised significant dollars to launch the in-home memory care program. They co-chaired Shining Star for its first 2 years and have been an integral part of it ever since. They have been generous supporters as well as helping fundraise and friend raise. Marty and Jeff's generosity didn't stop there. They, along with Jeff's mom, Lois, were determined to make an even bigger difference in the community. When the decision was made to build a memory care pavilion due to the high demand for memory care in the Chagrin Falls area, the Davises thought it was a perfect fit to make a long-term impact. And thus, they became the lead donors to name the new assisted living memory care at the Wiles. This residence, named in memory of Jeff's maternal grandparents, the David and Frida Robinson residence, is an integral part of the campus and is a thriving, active, engaging community for those requiring specialized memory care services. They have generously supported and actively participated in the home run 5K run walk, with Marty being an involved member on the committee. When Montefiore needed a Torah table for religious purposes, once again, the Davis family, including Jeff's mom Lois, stepped up and purchased one in memory of Jeff's paternal grandfather. And when new prayer books were needed, Jeff and Marty once again fulfilled the need and purchased them. On behalf of myself and the entire Gross family, I am thrilled that Jeff and Marty are receiving this award. They truly epitomize the tangible meaning of compassionate leadership and philanthropy. Marty and Jeff, thank you for all you have contributed to the community. May you go from strength to strength.
Thank you, Harley. Now let's hear from Marty and Jeff. But I'd like to say before that Marty and Jeff have done so much for our community, not only at Montefiore, but in the general community also. Always other-centered, I know that Marty and Jeff really deserve this award.
Thank you, Enid and Harley. Jeff and I are so honored to be included in the list of the Harley I. Gross Presidential Award recipients, all of whom have made significant contributions to the success of Montefiore and the quality of life our residents enjoy. And we are so pleased to receive this beautiful menorah. Like most of us, our involvement began with the care of loved ones at Montefiore. For me, my father Jerry, and for Jeff, his uncle Herschel. That gave us even greater insight as to how important the organization is to the community. My participation on the Montefiore Home Run Committee and Jeff and I co-chairing the first 2 Shining Star CLE events were rewarding experiences and introduced us to new friendships and partnerships, all while raising important funds for our residents. The 2020 Shining Star CLE virtual event drew more than 17,000 views and substantially exceeded our fundraising goals. It's been our pleasure to give back to the community we both love.
This year's award is very special. It marks the beginning of the affiliation between 2 great organizations, Montefiore and Menorah Park. Both began with the same mission of caring for our Jewish elders in need of a safe place to live. Both organizations grew alongside the Jewish community, expanding their programs, services, and roles to improve life for seniors and their families. The affiliation has allowed us to bring our organizations together and build on our common values, strengths, and goals, as well as our talented leadership, staff, and boards to better plan for the future. I enjoyed my involvement on the Montefiore Foundation board, with the time spent as board chair being especially rewarding. Behind every nonprofit board chair, you hope to find a competent professional team and insightful board members. I was blessed with both, even though there were more than 4 meetings a year, which I was promised by Steve and Andy when I accepted the position. Marty and I look forward to continued participation with the same energy and commitment. Thank you again for honoring us with this prestigious award.
I appreciate this opportunity to personally thank all of our community leaders who have spoken throughout this evening. And to those who are being honored, first, Mazel Tov, Jeff and Marty. I have seen your work at Menorah Park and Montefiore and had the pleasure of working with you both at Federation. You are deeply engaged and bring your hearts and minds to all of your volunteer work. You are always focused on how we can help others. Mazel Tov on this well-deserved award, and thank you. And Peter. We have now been working together for about 20 years, as we like to joke, since we were both teenagers. I have seen that Peter has a history of being chair at the right time, though he may not always see it that way. But I know how fortunate our Jewish community has been to have him chair 2 different agencies during key leadership transitions. And during times of economic distress in 2008 and today's pandemic, it is no accident that again, Peter can be found in key leadership positions in our Jewish community. Peter, thank you for continuing to take my phone calls. And in all seriousness, thank you for your friendship, your leadership, and your commitment to always making the right choice, even when it is the difficult choice. In closing, Peter, Jeff, and Marty, may you all go le'ela ula'ela, from this honor to even more achievements. And I am confident that our community will be the better for it.
Mazel Tov. The Leadership Committee also nominates the following officers to serve in 2021. Beth Rosenberg, Board Chair, Harry Singer, Chair-elect, Idel Wolf, Vice Chair, Mark Silverstein, Vice Chair, Judy Walensky, Associate Secretary, Adam Weeder, Treasurer, Greg Marcus, Associate Treasurer, Neil Tramer, Secretary, and Kathy Stamler, Associate Secretary. Next, it gives me a great deal of pleasure to nominate an outstanding board member as a life trustee. This trustee became eligible after completing 10 years of service and for his exemplary work on our board. Please take a moment to applaud the efforts of our new life trustee, Joel Marks.
Thank you, Enid, and congratulations to our award recipients and our new life trustee. Ahead of our joint leadership report, I'd like to take a moment to honor our Women's and Men's Association and volunteers who have not been with us for the majority of the year due to COVID-19. We thank you for all that you have done for Menorah Park and for those we serve, and we deeply look forward to being together again soon. In a year that none of us could have ever imagined, even based upon our lifetime's most memorable moments, we remain deeply focused on our promise to provide excellence in caring and to remain steadfast in our goal of safety and well-being for all whom we serve. Together as One describes the Menorah Park affiliation with Montefiore and much more. It also defines the collective energy of all in the community to make life better during difficult times and to discover and strengthen the ways in which we can help. A little over a year ago, staff and clients of the Peter B. Lewis Aquatic and Therapy Center created its Blizzard of Affirmation, adding snowflakes of wisdom and motivation to its walls, bringing a sense of positivity and energy to all who entered the center.
In April, the Peter B. Lewis Aquatic and Therapy Center celebrated its 20th anniversary. Today, it is finding new ways to support its clients, ensuring a safe environment at the center for physical, occupational, and speech therapy, or engaging clients virtually for therapy, in addition to presenting exercise classes on Facebook and YouTube.
Happy Wednesday.
Virtual programs are new to many in the community. Some have not engaged with that technology until now. People like Bev Beadall are finding it simpler and easier than first imagined. Telehealth therapy was perfect when walking was a challenge. She loved walking at least 2 miles each day, and injury stopped her in her tracks. She is now back to walking a half mile now, thanks to both virtual and in-person therapy. Bev's advice: the truth is, if you stop therapy, you go backwards. My advice is, don't stop. They've also expanded programs. Staff's passion to serve clients at the highest level has led to increased study and ultimately more specializations. For example, the center now has a comprehensive program to help clients thrive after a stroke. Melvin Brown attended Menorah Park's Mandel Adult Daycare Center and was easily able to engage in therapy at the center with the availability of speech, physical, and occupational therapy, all having a role in stroke recovery. Occupational and certified hand therapist Dr. Kathy Ondak also helped him obtain and learn how to use a robotic arm to give him an additional tool towards independence.
Pain stops us in our tracks, and so many in our community are searching for relief. It was exciting to learn that the center has increased therapy options to treat chronic pain, building on the successful dry needling program we learned about last year. The International Council on Active Aging got it right when they named it a Center of Excellence. The vision of having a highly regarded therapy center like this became a reality, thanks to Peter B. Lewis of blessed memory and the incredible donor community. We also celebrated extraordinary lives on our campus. Our donors understand that providing opportunities to empower residents to live their lives their way and in their style is a powerful way we can help. For example, Harvey Jacobs of Stone Gardens was able to rekindle his passion for woodworking through the Hortense Meyer Family Dreams Fund. His talent is remarkable.
Our beloved Rabbi Kuttner of blessed memory can be recalled as sharing that there are no accidents. Everything is beshert. It happens for a reason. The stories of renewed and established friendships of residents across campus give testament to his profound wisdom. It was a twist of fate when two strangers were in the market for an apartment. After Marty Silverman and Marlene Goodman moved into the R.H. Myers apartments, they found out they had inadvertently ended up in apartments originally intended for the other. 5 years later, they remain best of friends and are glad to be part of this amazing community.
Many of us define living purposeful lives by giving to others. Residents throughout the campus have become inspired to spread some cheer by making check-in calls and sending notes of encouragement to residents and staff alike. Stone Garden residents also created gift bags for staff as their way of thanking our healthcare heroes. While the community is thinking about us, we are also thinking about them. Tenants Association Acting President Bernice Rothman thought about residents in the community that may not have the same ability to have delicious meals prepared by highly regarded chefs or have access to the same enriching activities found on campus. A group of residents and staff prepared activity packets and nutritious lunches, got the word out, and distributed them during Older Americans Month.
Staff of the Wiles and Food for Friends joined hands in serving community residents in need during the months of August and September. The Wiles Spirit Committee and Administrator Odette Martin brought awareness to hunger and the opportunity to help meet the need of those less fortunate. Being a caregiver at the Wiles drives each staff member to passionately make a difference. Some may ask, what impact does home health have during a pandemic? Home health nurses Bobby Newmy and Jessica Lucas learned of client Bernard Miller's birthday. Learning that he would be spending this day alone, isolated from his family due to the coronavirus. They showed up, singing a birthday song and with his favorite, a babka cake, outfitted with candles. The grin on his face from ear to ear was proof what an impact these two exceptional nurses had on his life. Home health nurses and therapists are caring for older adults who may be isolated and scared, meeting both their medical and emotional needs, providing comfort and company. I'm genuinely inspired by the dedication, compassion, and drive of all of our staff. This team continues to come up with solutions to protect and serve and creative opportunities to keep our residents comfortable, happy, and engaged, even with safe distancing and other necessary safety protocols in place. When our staff members first absorbed the reality that we were facing a pandemic, many emotions were expressed: fear, anxiety, and sadness, just to name a few. Over the past several months, the staff has risen beyond the challenge of our caring for our beloved residents and clients and ensuring our goal of safety and well-being. The Jewish Federation of Cleveland asked for some stories about essential workers at Jewish agencies they called Heroes of Hesed, the Hebrew word translated as loving kindness. We embraced this opportunity to highlight some of our heroes who shared their stories within the Federation blog and on its Facebook page. Kim Skirl of Menorah Park and Kim Padalia of the Wiles described how they, along with life enrichment teams, help residents engage in programming so that they continue to nourish their brain health and enrich their spirit and enjoy social, meaningful, engaging activities. Nurse managers Elaine Anderson and Michelle Pride shared stories of devotion by their teams. Some of the nursing assistants have cared for residents for up to 10 years and consider them as close as family. With the recent visitor restrictions, the residents depend on staff more than ever for socialization. Sometimes the staff shares pictures of their families or pets with the residents and will tell stories. The residents will then share similar stories about their families or their pets they used to have. One resident plays her oldies music from her room for all to hear. The other residents will appear in the doorways of their rooms, enjoying the tunes, keeping their safe distance. The nurses will even find themselves dancing down the hall, getting into the spirit. A nurse holds a resident's hand as they express fear about their unforeseen future. The nurse simply listens and provides comfort. Staff assist residents with video chatting with their families, knowing how important it is for both of them. The families who haven't seen their loved ones in weeks are comforted by seeing their faces and hearing their voices. They both express the challenges of this pandemic are ones that they never imagined facing in their careers. But as professionals, they said, we are up for the challenge. Therapist Tanya Longanow has a habit of telling corny jokes with a goal to lighten the mood during stressful situations that her clients may be experiencing. We noticed lighthearted puns and jokes were appearing on a whiteboard near the therapy gym, but didn't know at first who was doing it. In these challenging times, this is one more way that staff members are here for each other. The Riddling Jokester was unveiled in our campus news issue devoted to our staff heroes. We appreciate the extra level of caring and love toward making all of us smile.
The community has embraced us as part of its important fabric, reaching out in so many ways to show they care by extending a helping hand alongside our own volunteers and board members. Beechwood children and staff of the community center created and planted craft flowers to brighten the days of residents who could see the pretty blooms as a reminder that they are loved. Cards and letters continue to pour in with holiday wishes and kind thoughts from individuals of all generations and student groups throughout the region. In partnership with WKYC, a pen pal program launched at Montefiore and continued with Wiggins Place. Since August, residents have received hundreds of letters from around the United States and other countries, including Slovenia. Some even included a resident's favorite candy bars to satisfy her sweet tooth. In our campus news that featured the Marcus and Sil family generations of caring, we included a request for a supplement of masks to provide to residents. Several reached out to us and got busy sewing. Dee Dee Pastor, who quilts and sews, took this request as an opportunity to give back for the wonderful care that she expressed was provided to her mom, B. Silverberg of blessed memory. She stated that until the very end, she had a good quality of life and believed she lived longer at Menorah Park than she would have at home or on her own. Barbara Leeson also joined in sewing masks, encouraging others to also pitch in, saying, "If you have the time and inclination, do it. It feels good to give back." Members of the National Council of Jewish Women, including our board member Marcy Schwartz, ensured ongoing supplies of hand-sewn and no-sew masks for our residents as well. Teens from the Cleveland chapter of SUA International, a Hindu faith-based humanitarian nonprofit service organization, added to our PPE by creating face shields using a 3D printer. They presented 60 shields to the infection control team at Menorah Park on a warm, sunny Sunday in June. We appreciate their dedication to giving as young philanthropists in the making.
We continue to be blessed with another class of heroes lending support to our frontline heroes, our precious donors. The ongoing outpouring of love and concern is awe-inspiring. They have helped us purchase additional vital signs machines that help us identify any illness, iPads to increase our ability to use technology to support care through telehealth visits and virtual therapy, and to ensure the vital connections with loved ones during ongoing state mandates of no visitation. And we've added personal assistant robots that could safely go in isolation rooms and enable virtual communication with doctors and families. We thank all of the individual donors and organizations named at the end of this video that have contributed to Menorah Park throughout the year, and for the COVID-19 Emergency Fund, embracing our goal of safety and well-being for our staff, residents, clients, and families.
And we thank the family members and community for sharing their good thoughts that warm the hearts of our teams and give them energy to continue in their missions, delivering excellence in caring through heart, passion, innovation, and creativity. Staff has embraced the power of music as one example. It has been harnessed in so many ways at Menorah Park. Science strongly indicates that humans are hardwired to respond to music. We engage in many facets, from lifting spirits and raising enjoyment to helping people with Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, and memory care.
The annual Shining Star Cleve fundraiser provides support for memory care through music. This year, thanks to donors who are in some cases new to supporting Menorah Park, we raised $428,000. While talented young adults had opportunity to compete for scholarships through a vocal competition, they also learned and helped educate the community on Alzheimer's disease and dementia and the benefits of music, bridging the generation gap by developing this greater understanding. These young artists have also taken the time to engage with and entertain residents in our memory care programs. We applaud these talented young artists who are bringing their voice to the cause.
Residents across campus have also enjoyed outdoor concerts performed by local artists. Familiar voices and faces of those who have performed in our Sally and Robert D. Dietz Piazza, and from our own Stone Gardens Life Enrichment Coordinator, Noah Budin. The NCJW Caring Caravan also paid our campuses visits, parading in decorated cars and making stops at each location to entertain residents. We are committed to delivering on our promise within a culture that guides our daily work. We are excellence. We are integrity. We are compassion. We are service. And we are stewardship.
By consistently acting upon our core values, together we make a difference. We are both honored and humbled by the acknowledgement we receive from the community and organizations on a local, state, and national level. Menorah Park Home Care was named in the top 10, ranked by Dexter, a data-driven hospital and healthcare news and research service, for hip and knee replacements. The Menorah Park Campus News received Excellence in Communication honors by Apex for a third consecutive year. We are grateful for those we feature who share the beauty of their lives with us. Newsweek reported Menorah Park among America's best nursing homes based on performance data, peer recommendations, and our handling of COVID-19 in its study of 20 states. U.S. News & World Report shared its 2020-2021 rankings. We are among only 11 locations of the state's 960 skilled nursing centers to achieve best long-term and short-term care facilities, placing us in the top 1% for care in Ohio. We engaged in a voluntary program presented by the American Healthcare Association and National Center for Assisted Living to vet our standards and achieve the bronze commitment to quality for both assisted living and nursing home locations. And our Menorah Park Foundation continues to receive a strong standing through GuideStar.
Speaking of awards, Jim, let's end by applauding Jim Newbrow, Susan Hurwitz, Kenny Koblitz, David Rosenberg, and Beverly and Richard Uriah, who were recently recognized among this year's Cleveland Jewish News 18 Difference Makers.
I am humbled to be among such incredible community leaders selected as a member of the 2020 class, and all in our Menorah Park family who have been chosen for this honor since its inception in 2015. In the midst of this novel virus, our community is experiencing greater challenges than ever before. So we could also consider this a time of when we are able to roll up our sleeves and continue to make a difference when people are counting on us the most. Our board, our staff, and our extended community family are together as one in this commitment. And for that, we should all be proud. It is with this collective support that we are able to accomplish important goals, strengthening best practices and service to people as they age and to those who love them. And I also want to acknowledge all of the wonderful difference makers in our Menorah Park family since the inception of the ward. Together as one, all of us can continue our mission of making a difference in our community. Thank you to our board, staff, family members, donors, and volunteers for all that you do to make a positive impact. We hope you enjoyed attending our virtual 2020 annual meeting together as one. Have a wonderful evening.